Developing the Leader Within podcast, leading beyond limits.
Welcome back, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please do so right now, as it will help getting our show to others and help us get to our next milestone. Make sure to catch us streaming on Roku and Amazon Fire TV on the Purpose Place Network, and catch our exclusive members-only content, Going Deeper Within, on the Lions Guide Academy. Today, we are speaking with Christopher Carter. Christopher is a 4-time best-selling author, founder of Operayo and Mugatu AI and Charging Bunny, with decades of experience helping organizations harness advanced technologies. Christopher is redefining what it means to lead in an AI-driven world. His work empowers leaders to work smarter, innovate faster, and unlock the full potential of their teams. Christopher, welcome to the show.
Enrique, thank you for having me, and please, we're friends now. You can call me Chris.
Outstanding. Well, folks, we will be speaking about reinvent your leadership, and we're always trying to find ways of doing that. Tools, tech, and transforming your workflow. But before we get into that conversation, Chris, tell us a little bit about you.
You did such a great job. I'm very blessed. I've got an incredible wife and 2 daughters who have allowed me to be the technologist and the leader that I am. My best buddy just called me a mini Elon Musk the other day, because I've started so many companies thinking that they're going to help the world and they're going to help others. And so between Charging Bunny, which is an EV-based charging system that only takes and gives back to the grid rather than takes from the grid. Then I've got Mugatu AI, named after my favorite villain, and hopefully people know who that is. And we do artificial intelligence with homomorphic encryption for organizations running AI-based systems in their environment, and monitoring and managing all of that with homomorphic encryption and predictive analytics. And then Operayo, my main organization, does SAP upgrades and migrations and services and cloud work for companies who run SAP software on a global or even a smaller scale. That's me in a nutshell.
Well, fortunate to have you with us. Thank you so much for what you do in that arena. I know that it is coming up a lot. Folks are still interested and are thinking, hey, where is this thing going, right? And so, Chris, you built successful companies in highly technical spaces. From your perspective, what core leadership mindset is needed for organizations to fully embrace AI as a partner rather than a threat?
Oh, gosh, that's a great question, Enrique, because I see them all the time. Individuals think that AI, it's going to take my job mentality. And I'm going to take off my glasses. I'm not going to throw them like Jordan does, but I am going to point with them. AI will not take your job. I have a philosophy around this. Bigger, better, stronger, faster. Human beings are going to use AI to make bigger, better, stronger, faster organizations. And when I walk into companies and I talk AI, I want to know who are those people that really want to learn AI and who want to take it and help the company, help their individual staff members, who wants to really go forward with it. And that's what AI is really all about. It's about making you bigger, better, stronger, and faster. And if you're not learning AI, you're going to get left behind. And sure, someday the Terminators will come in, and the robots that Elon says he's building and all this, and those are going to go to Mars. But us as humans, we are the ones that are going to help each other, and we're going to help the businesses. And that's what a leader, I as a leader, I thrive on learning and helping to educate. My whole philosophy is taking my arm and bringing it down the ladder of success and helping bring others up. And that's what AI does for a leader. So when I walk in and I talk to these leaders and I ask them about these different activities and what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it, I look them in the eye. Don't you want to help your staff? Don't you want to help your company? Don't you want to help them grow? And in turn, it's going to help make you grow. So it's, from a leader's perspective, it's about learning and teaching and growing and being a part of that ecosystem.
Well, after that, I want to go catch some reruns of the $6 Million Man because that's what he promised, right? Bigger, better, faster,
Bigger, better,
stronger,
faster, stronger.
and and
Yes,
and that's the thing about technology. As leaders, we have to be careful that we're not so afraid of the things that may come that we overlook of the things that are. They're helping in many ways, and we have to start to at least consider to adopt a different mindset around this where we can become those that control the way this thing is going versus those that have to go and follow because we negated our responsibility as leaders to lead from the front. Now, both
that is a
as a
great point.
thank you, both as a founder and a best-selling author, you've seen how businesses grow and where they get stuck. What are
Mm.
the top three areas where leaders can immediately leverage AI to reclaim time and improve decision making?
Oh, great question. So a lot of times a founder is a solopreneur, and that solopreneur needs to first and foremost understand they need to hire individuals to take on the responsibilities of the things that they're not good on and utilize them as humans who are bigger, better, faster, stronger for either finance or HR, or maybe it's a coding person. Um, I I was the guy stuck in that realm as well. I did not hire my chief operating officer fast enough to take things off my plate. I did not hire my personal assistant fast enough to take things off my plate. And I got bogged down. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business leaders think, oh, I can do it. This is how I got here. This is how I got to my spot. I became a $5 million company, a $3 million, a $1 million, because I did it all. Well, all of a sudden you notice you can't break that ceiling. Well, AI is going to help you. People are going to help you. That's why I always go back to those 4 points of the human. If I can find a bigger, better, stronger human that uses those tools to help me and the company, that's going to be a win. So that's number one. Hire faster, get those people that know those tools in place. Two, get the tools that fit what your need is. The tools you use for sales and marketing over here, the Canvas, the Gammas, the Soros, all those tools, those do nothing for you when it comes to building code. If you're building applications or if you're working in finance or HR, you have to find the right tool for the right need. That's why it's funny. There was an MIT article that said most AI initiatives die. 95, it was like 94, 95%, MIT said. And when you looked into the information, people came back and said, wait a second. You tried to use these tools for this. That doesn't work that way. You didn't even build your ROI initiative. You didn't understand your tools. You didn't understand what you're doing. So, secondary, you've got to find the right tool for what you're going to be working in and how you're going to be working in. And then three, some people may not like this one, but stay away from some of the bigger technology companies or consulting companies that are out there that say, oh, you've been a part of our organization. We're going to take on this responsibility. Well, 9 times out of 10, they don't know what they're doing. They've only maybe built code for you, or they're doing your auditing reports for you, or they need to have. I like smaller, faster, flexible companies that can come in, grab that ROI, really nurture it and build it into the ROI ball that you want, then go out and get your ROI and be able to use the tools that you want and need for your company to be successful. And then your people will be successful, your company will, and you'll continue to grow. And that's when you start to really see the bigger, better, faster, stronger initiative come into play. Because those three things working together, oh, Enrique, that's when the magic happens. It's like Georgia Tech beating Georgia in a football game one of these years. It's a beautiful thing. It doesn't happen often, but it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, and I tell you, as you were speaking on those three great points, I was envisioning, the tools that we use really determine how far we go. And if you are not clear on your tool, it may take you very long because you could easily dig a hole with a spoon. But if you had a shovel, guess what? You still
Think
be
about
doing the
that.
same
Yeah.
thing faster, a whole lot more efficiently, and you will save your fingers and your back at the end. But great
Yes.
points there. Now, many companies invest in powerful tools, but fail, as you have mentioned, they fail to integrate them effectively. So, what leadership behaviors or systems make the biggest difference in ensuring teams actually use AI to work smarter, not harder?
So I'm going to focus more on the leadership side of it. I believe when you've got a leader who is strong and powerful and knows their worth and knows their people's capabilities and who they are and what they do, and is a true leader, a Jack Welch type, that's got the mentality that my people can do this if given the right capabilities and tools. And so I take that philosophy. If I know which one of my staff members can handle these projects, I know which one of my staff members want to get involved with these projects and they really want to dig into AI. I know because I talk to them every single day. I understand what they're learning. I understand how they're growing. I know what they're I've got team members that have been with me since day one of this company, and I make sure intelligently have conversations with them. So, as a leader, if you know your people, you know who's going to be successful. You know who wants to jump on that AI bandwagon and start ringing that bell. Those are the ones, as a leader, you go to right away and go, "Hey, Enrique, I've got this AI project. I think you would be great for it." And as soon as you say, "I think you would be great for it," look at the smile on Enrique's face. He's like, "Yes, sir. I would love to do this. Oh, can I? What can I do, sir? How can I help?" Those are the people that all of a sudden are motivated. And as a leader, if it's coming from the top down, whole staff members jump for joy because now they see that the leader trusts them. They want to be part of the team. They want to grow and they want to come up that ladder of success just like I want to take them. And that's where the magic happens. I've seen that in so many different companies. It's crazy. This AI cycle has just gone crazy in the last 24 months. And when I see those types of things happen, that's when I know. But when I don't see that, and the leader is not a very strong leader, doesn't know his people, isn't willing to motivate them, that's when you see problems start to happen and those ROIs don't come forward. And I try to push them, I try to tell them, but it's that strong leader that knows his people that is willing to say, "I trust you, Enrique, to do this project. You do it for me?" Man, and because you knew what that person was all about, they're ready to go.
And I echo that. That's the most powerful thing a leader can have is the knowledge of the people they have in their team and how they can employ those desires, right? And talents, right? Because just desires alone won't get you there, but it
No,
is
yeah, no,
one of the biggest catalysts for success. You got to have that
yes,
desire, you have to have the know-how and the training or at least the basic knowledge of something, and give them runway, right? As we say in the military, give them
exactly.
runway and let
Runway.
them fly. And so great points there. Now, from your work with Mugatu AI, what are
Yeah.
some practical examples of AI removing bottlenecks or unlocking innovation that leaders often overlook?
Oh, that's a great question because we as leaders, we've got our heads in so many different areas of the company, but we tend to go very shallow. We don't tend to go deep. So I rely on individuals who are part of those organizations, my HR team, my finance team, my development teams, and sales and marketing teams. And I ask them, I'm literally every quarter, I send out questionnaires to everybody about what are some of the things we can modify. You're looking at things, what are you doing? And then I'm the guy, I actually go around and I coffee clutch with my team members. I will sit in the cafeteria and I'll chit chat with them. Hey, well, how's things going on? Are you having anything going on these days? What's going on with this? Outside of family and all that stuff, and sports, of course. And then I get information and then I send that back out to them in a questionnaire and hope that they go deeper in that. We have solved our own financial issues and HR issues where we would get hung up on people wanting vacation times and being able to take vacation time, overlapping vacations that it's hard to do. So we built some in-house tools that people can go out and they can literally, instead of having to talk to a human, they literally go in and they just go into our portal and they say, well, I've got this many days left and this person is off this week, this person's off this week as part of my team. I can't do that, so I need to do this or look at this. Gives them freedom and flexibility to do the things that they're looking to do. Finance, the same thing. Nobody said ever, God, I sure do love doing expense reports. It is just wonderful. I hate doing my expense report, and I have to do my own as well. So we built some tools based upon SAP's AI-based systems to be able to help us with our expense reports, with our corporate credit cards and things, how it gets funneled in. Literally everything gets funneled into it almost instantaneously. It takes about 24 hours. But we then just review everything and make sure it matches. We hit a button and it's done. And if it's a personal card, which they're not supposed to have, we get some compensation if they get their comp back. If it's direct to us, then we make sure that it's part of the finance and it's part of the budgets. So there's things like that that really are easy pickings that companies can work on that will save their employees the headaches that we all have had to do over, well, my 30 plus years in the industry. And I'm sure you did. I'm sure you had that both in the military and in business. You've got to have all those ducks in a row. And if not, you don't get your comp back.
Right. And there's a lot of tools that will help leaders remove those bottlenecks. And these are great examples. Thank you for sharing that. Now, looking ahead, what skills or habits should modern leaders prioritize to stay competitive? And that's something always that we're trying to look at to ensure they're guiding their teams through the next wave of AI driven transformation.
So I fully believe that all leaders need to stay educated. Don't just say it to your staff. Don't just say, hey, we've got our quarterly staff training sessions. Go out and do whatever. Here's the budgets for each of you. A leader needs to do that as well. Don't just talk it, do it. I'm a firm believer that I go to trade shows and I speak and I do my books and stuff, but I also go there to learn. I sit in sessions to learn. Um, I ask all of my leaders to go to leader training in some type of shape or form every quarter. I don't care if it's on this big, beautiful screen in front of you or if you're going to go somewhere. Just validate what it is, what you're going to learn from it, what you're going to use for the company, and how you're going to bring that back to our employees. Because I don't want it to be just for them. I want it to be for everybody. Encompass what you're learning so you can share that and be able to bring that back to the organization and help everyone. And I firmly believe that leaders must lead by example. So take that week or take that day or take those 2 hours on this and make that happen.
Yeah, self development is such a hard thing for leaders nowadays because they always say,
Yeah,
"Oh, I don't have time." Well, let's just say we make time for the things we prioritize in our life, right?
exactly.
So if it's a priority, you'll see a way of making sure that it is done and communicate, folks. Don't
Yeah,
if you're getting multitasked and directives from everyone at one time,
yeah,
speak to the people. Say, hey, this is, and you talked about ROI, right? This is what I have planned for this coming cycle for my development. This is clashing with that. Where can we meet? How can we negotiate where I can get what I need, you get what you need, and everybody's happy here, right? So great
correct.
points there. And leaders, communication is always number one for what
Yeah.
we do. So, what do you have coming up, Chris? And where can the viewer or the listener follow or support you?
Yeah, I appreciate it. First thing, go out to my LinkedIn page, follow me, just ping me and say, hey, I heard you on the podcast. I wanted to catch up with you. I accept just about everybody unless somebody tries to sell me something right out the chute, and then I just poo-poo them. But be weary. I am actually doing our yearly Hawaii vacation with my wife and two daughters before Christmas. It's a little delayed, but I take a little bit of time for myself, and every leader should do this. Take a time for yourself to regenerate. I am going to be on my cell phone. I am going to do some stuff because we're going through an acquisition and I have to be. But I highly recommend take some time for yourself, even if it's a day. Take a day spa. It's amazing how you can put that phone down for 24 hours and the world did not end. But I highly recommend my LinkedIn page. Go to our Facebooks and stuff. If you want to meet me directly, LinkedIn, and anything you need from an AI perspective, an SAP or cloud, I'm more than willing to. And those are all my books up there. Those are 5 of my 17 books. I'm always willing to talk to people, autograph, and see them out somewhere and chit chat. I love to talk to other folks and help others. So my goal is always to bring somebody up the ladder of success. Hopefully push them above me.
Absolutely. Our goal, right, as leaders, to make sure that someone else comes along, we extend their hand, pull them up, and send them on their way as we retired in the sunset. Now, Hawaii, perfect place to be. I grew up there as a young adult from the age of 18 to 28 and then returned for my
You must have been on the
retirement.
military base.
Yes, that's right.
We
So Pearl
drive through
Harbor.
that every time. Yes, we
Yeah.
go over to Pearl Harbor
Yeah.
every year. We go there and give our blessings to the people that fought in those wars. And it's I've got a huge military family, so we go over there and we see everybody. And it's an experience. If you haven't gone, I highly recommend folks go. Otherwise, read some of the Pearl Harbor books that are out there from some of the folks that made it through that horrendous day. So
Yeah, absolutely. My heart is in Hawaii at all times, so I know you'll enjoy there. Well,
yes.
folks, today's episode is sponsored by the Global Trends Magazine, the Outlier Project, Fantail Services, Ascend Meditations, and Chop AI. And if you've enjoyed this episode and learned something interesting about the topic covered today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let us know by leaving a comment. And tune in next week for another episode where we dissect leadership from another angle. And as we like to end the show, success to you.